This is the 10 Minutes with Andrew podcast.
Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Andrew. Of course, Andrew again joined by Mark Chansey. Welcome back to the show.
Happy Bottom 5 Day.
Yeah, bottom 5 day.
We are officially in the bottom
You're stealing
5.
my shit. You're stealing my stuff now.
What?
You're stealing my stuff now.
How could I know? We didn't know yesterday they were going to be in the bottom 5. Happy Bottom 5 Day.
I was just going to talk about that, but okay.
Go ahead.
So the Leafs,
Tell the world.
Leafs lose 6-2 to the Panthers last night.
Yeah.
But Seattle beat the Flames 4-1.
Yeah.
So the Leafs are now in the bottom 5.
Yes, and all they have to do is lose their next 2, and they're in the bottom 5.
Now
no draft pick going to the Bruins this year?
No, but it should be pointed out they still have to go through the lottery and they still have to make it in the top 5. So even though they finish in the bottom 5, doesn't mean they're going to get the top 5 pick. So they have to win. They have to be in the top 5 of the lottery.
Fine. They're a lot better off. I was looking in on the game last night. They were down 3-0. Then all of a sudden they were down 3-2. I thought, is someone not getting the message here? Anyway, they lost 6-2. Next up is Dallas. They should get destroyed.
Yep.
And then who do they finish with?
Ottawa. They're in
Ottawa. So they should get destroyed. Although Ottawa might be resting people by then.
Well, Ottawa's not very good. So.
Been one of the better teams since the break. In a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Probably going to play the Habs maybe. Who do you go for there?
Neither.
To quote my sister, is it possible that both teams can lose?
Maybe.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think she said that when she went to Ottawa to watch the Senators play the Habs. I remember that. Katie, that's my sister Katie, she'd remember. My family are Habs fans, Leaf fans, everything.
Avalanche fans.
Avalanche fans,
Colorado
yep.
fans, yeah.
Yep, bigger than, yep. Happy Bottom 5 Day.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
And not only that.
The back of winter's broken this week, too.
It is, according to you.
Yes?
Yep.
That means spring is on its way here. You can tell it's spring in Newfoundland.
Doesn't look like it.
Yes, it is. That's spring in Newfoundland. Fog.
Fog, yeah.
I turned the camera, but then I'd never get it right again.
Yeah. Not only that, though, it is bottom 5 day, because at least we're in the bottom 5.
Yes.
But the Blue Jays lost to the Twins yesterday, 7-4.
But they won the night before.
10-4.
And everybody said, they got to go now, they're back.
Yeah. Jesus Sanchez hit a home run at the bottom of the ninth, but it was not enough. And
what's the biggest news out of that game yesterday?
Biggest news out of the game yesterday is George Springer took a foul ball off the foot and fractured his big toe.
Yes.
And he's out.
And you know what I find amazing?
What?
Within an hour of that,
It was.
he had an X-ray and a CAT scan done.
Yeah.
I know people are waiting 2 years to get a CAT scan done here.
Well, I'm sure they got high-end doctors over there, the team.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So the point is you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are we doing today, my son?
Is that all you got to say about the Blue Jays? Not much to say?
Not much to say at this point.
Lauerport was pretty bad.
He had a bad inning. That was it. And I'm shocked they let him stay, but Snyder mismanages his bullpen so much that he had no options yesterday.
Yeah, well, Schneider's not a very good manager.
But at that point, the damage was done. So Lauer basically stopped the bleeding.
Watching that yesterday, the Blue Jays can't hit.
Just like last year.
They can't hit.
Just like last year. And now all the excuses are coming out about the injuries.
Yeah.
Barger.
Sounds like the Leafs.
Kirk. I will say this. If I'm Tyler Heineman,
I'm
I'm a little bit nervous. Am I taking your stuff again?
It's part of the thing we're going to do.
I'm a little bit nervous right now. I won't say any more than that then. So what are we doing today? I asked you already. You wouldn't answer.
We're playing buying or selling.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
So, we have 4 statements here to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the game works. So, let's just get into it, I guess.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Uh-oh. We're talking about the Masters today?
Yep.
Okay. In this?
Yeah.
Buying or selling? Okay.
I
know what you're going to ask.
Buying or selling? Number 1.
Number 1.
Rory McIlroy wins the 2026 Masters. Now, yesterday, before you say,
Okay.
you're about to say it, I know. But yesterday, Rory had a 6-shot lead going into the day and ended the day tied for the lead at 11 under. He was 12 under going into the day.
+1.
Yeah. He was 12 under going into the day. He ended the day yesterday at 11 under, and now he's tied with Cameron Young for the lead. Not to mention, Burns is right behind him. Lowry's right behind him.
I'm worried about those guys. I'm worried about the guy that went 7 under.
Scotty Scheffler's 7 under, so he's right there.
Yeah.
Justin Rose is 8 under. There's a few guys up there.
I'm worried about Scheffler. If the question is Rory, selling.
You don't think he's going to win?
Nope. You've got Scheffler charging. I'd rather see Rose, too, to be honest with you, because, Rory had his moment. Rose has been a 3-time runner-up at the Masters. Like, please break through.
Yeah.
But it's tough. But the question is Rory going to win? I'm selling that. Not happening.
Yeah.
When I saw the 6-shot lead after Saturday and the highest 36 after Sunday, so after Friday, highest 36-hole lead ever at the Masters, I thought, that's ripe for Rory to choke that away. And here we are.
He kind of did, yeah.
He doesn't have a lead anymore.
And I prefer not to see it be Cameron Young either.
Not exactly a name you get excited about, but there's a few people on that list.
Lowry's 9 under. He's
How
only
about Patrick Reed?
No, thank you.
He's up there.
No, he's 6 under now. He fell back.
Yeah, but they're only 5 back, right?
I prefer not to be Patrick Reed, though.
I mean, everyone was 6 back starting yesterday. So if you're 5 back, I think you're well within reach. And you get to that amen corner, and some of those, man, oh man.
And much to Gramps' excitement, Lowry's only 2 back.
He's hoping for a Lowry-McIlroy showdown today. Maybe. It would be fun.
Lowry had a hole-in-one yesterday.
I'd like to see a European win it for my own reasons, but
yeah.
Let's move on from that there. And then there's Justin Day, who seems to wear...
Jason Day.
Who's Justin Day? You know what? Works with us. Jason Day. It's also a Jason Day works with us. That's not a lie. But he doesn't go around wearing those burlap pants and the rope belt that Jason Day on tour is wearing, which is a really strange look on tour.
He's only like 3 back, too.
But anyway, I'm selling. Rory will not win the Masters. You say?
I'm going to say selling.
Oh!
And the reason that I say selling is because, like you, I want to see Rose win it. But I have a I have a feeling that the world number 1, Scotty Scheffler, is going to make a charge today because that's what he usually does.
He's lurking. And you know if he wins today?
He'll have 2.
3.
3, right.
And he will have done it in 7 attempts. The best before him was Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods, who all have 3. You know how many attempts it took him?
How many?
8.
Oh, my God.
So he would knock those 3 off of that leaderboard. So people got to understand how good this guy is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, post-Tiger...
I don't think he's Tiger levels of good. But
oh, man. I don't know.
He's close.
It'd be tough to say. I think Tiger didn't have the same level of competition in his prime.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah,
not to say they weren't good.
He basically had Phil.
But there are a lot of great players right now. A lot of great players.
Tiger just had Phil.
I don't even know if Phil was a problem for Tiger.
And John Daly.
He destroyed Phil everywhere he went.
Yeah.
Anyway, different era. Hard to compare. But do not discount how good Scotty Scheffler is. And for a guy to go 7 under yesterday and put his name back on page 1 on the leaderboard, that would concern me.
Yeah, especially for someone as good as Scotty Scheffler.
Yep. Sorry, Rory. Not your year. You did it last year. And I don't think it's very often you get a repeat winner at the Masters. I can't remember.
No, Tiger won it in 0102.
Yeah.
But that was it, I think. I think it was 0102.
Doesn't happen very often. That would be a cool story, but I don't think it's going to happen. Numero 2.
Numero 2. As you mentioned, this is when you mentioned it before we started the game. Buying or selling, Tyler Heineman will be sent down or traded due to the performance of Brandon Valenzuela, the new catcher.
At what point?
August.
Okay. Just pull that out of your butt, did you?
I didn't put a time there.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. Well, I don't know how long Kirk's gone for. Like 6 weeks
6
or
weeks,
something?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough one. The Blue Jays don't tend to do that type of move to some of the fellas that have been around a while. And if he continues the way he's going, now he's got a couple of home runs. He threw out a runner yesterday, like just solid throw. He seems to be better than Heineman.
Yeah. Well, Heineman's not very good anyway.
He hits for over 300 every time.
Because he barely plays.
I know, but still the same average, right? But if he continues to separate himself from Heineman, they're not going to have a choice.
The Blue Jays, you're right, do have this weird thing where they don't want to get rid of anybody. It's like they're so attached to this lineup, they can't.
I give you Brendan
Little.
Brendan Little. There's my example. Yep.
They for some reason don't want to let go of anybody. It's really weird.
But I don't know that I wouldn't be concerned if I'm Kirk. The way Valenzuela starting. Valenzuela starting. Yeah. So am I buying or selling that he so basically, will Valenzuela be the backup catcher by August?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy that.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. If he continues to separate himself from Heineman, you have to make that move.
Well, Heineman, like he was so bad. Like a while ago, he was crying after a game.
Well, was that the one in Chicago?
That was one in Chicago.
Yeah, I didn't see him crying, and I don't know at this point
He did cry. It was post game.
there was any point to cry, but he had a bad series, that's for sure. First game he came in like it was the extra innings, and he threw down to first to end the game, and didn't quite happen.
This isn't exactly like a great start for the Blue Jays, as I'm sure you can imagine. Like they lost the series to the Rockies.
It's a horrible start.
They got swept by the White Sox, right?
It's a horrible start. Yes.
They are if they lose today, they'll lose the series to the Twins.
They got swept back to back. Oh, no, they didn't. Did they?
No, because they won one against the Rockies.
Yes.
They won one against the Dodgers.
They swept Oakland. They won one against
the Rockies. They got swept by the White
Sox.
They won one.
Almost got swept by the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But it's a horrific start. All the experts that saw the schedule thought, oh gosh, easy 7-2 start, easy.
Yeah.
And here they are, 2 games under 500. So Vladdy got to get going, man.
Now it should also be pointed out it's been pointed out by some people that at the end of April last year they were just as bad.
I know, but it's not a good way to go.
No.
Right? What you did last year is rare.
Yeah.
And Vladdy has to get going. We don't know what we have in Okamoto.
The strikeout machine's what we got.
There's a couple of times yesterday I would have liked to seen our old number 11 come up.
Yeah.
Right? Bo Bichette. But we don't have anyone right now.
The lineup's so boring. It's like no one does anything.
I don't know. It's boring.
It's bland. It's
just not doing anything. And now Springer's gone. Who's leading off now, I wonder? Probably Varsho.
Oh, my God.
Because he's hit 2 home runs in 2 consecutive games. If he can get a little bit of offense going, that'll help. But Vladdy, come on, buddy.
Yeah.
I think you have 3 RBIs, maybe 4 on the year.
Problem is he's getting frustrated, though, which is not a good thing for him.
Well, just get me some base hits, my friend. Knock in some runs, and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right. Did you...
I said buying it.
Okay. So we both think Heineman's days are numbered?
Yeah.
Or he's in the minors?
Yeah, one or the other. Buying or selling? Brendan Shanahan will take over the New Jersey Devils.
As the
I think it's the president because they fired their president. I don't know if it was both president and GM because I don't know what he was.
I'm pretty sure.
But
Shanahan played there.
The rumor is that he's a front runner for the Devils job.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that because I believe he spent a couple of years there.
I think he did.
I can't remember in the latter part of his career.
Could you imagine Shanahan going there and Keefe being the head coach?
I don't know if Keefe's going to be the head coach after this year.
Yeah, apparently they said they're going to review him after the season. So.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's gone. I think they're probably going to clean house just to make it a fresh start for everybody coming in.
Yeah,
so I'm going to buy that. I think Brendan did a pretty good job from hockey operations in Toronto. His biggest
he just ruined the team.
Mistake was not letting go.
Yeah,
and insisting year after year after year that this is the core.
I will say though, I much prefer having Brendan Shanahan now than I would Keith Pelly.
I would think so. I'm not a big KP fan.
I don't like Keith Pelly.
No, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
They need a president too. Like the Leafs need a president. They can't have just a GM that goes to Keith Pelly. There needs to be a president.
I saw a short on YouTube and it was Guys like us talking about the Leafs, and I don't know if this is true or not, but it's on YouTube. The little kid that used to wave the flag before they start the game, you come out on the ice and skate around before the face-off and all that.
Yeah.
That used to be someone they kind of plucked out of the community, and I don't know if you applied or however you got selected, but you got to do it. And I think they even let you stay at the game, watch the game. Now it's changed that it's an application process. Just short of $1,000 is the fee, and you have to have a ticket for that game that you're going to. So you got to pay $1,000 to wave the flag, and then you got to pay probably $1,000 to sit in the seat to watch the game.
I hear MLSC's
that's since Keith Pelly.
I hear MLSC's pretty cheap. So
yeah, there's a limit to stupidity, and like to me that's dumb.
Yeah,
right. You've just basically exposed yourself as. I understand you're bottom line driven, but that's ridiculous.
Like Keith Pelly, I think the first thing he did when he came in was lay off a bunch of people. They're pretty cheap.
So 41 home games, $41,000 in revenue. Don't think that really would show up on their statements. $41,000.
Plus, they don't want the Leafs to rebuild because in the playoffs they get a $10 million gate.
I hope that's not true, but those guys seem like they knew what they were talking about. And if it's on YouTube, it has to be true, right?
No, but
right?
No.
So I'm buying it, and you're buying it. Brendan Shanahan. You forget what we're talking about?
Yeah, no, I did.
He's the front runner.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. I think he'll do it. It's just like
I could sell you oceanfront property in Arizona. I bet you.
There's a few people that are out there like on the market for like that executive spot. Like
Keith Pelly be a good fit.
Yeah, I don't know if like maybe Bradshaw Living. I don't know if he's what I mean. But there's a few guys out there.
He's a GM guy, right?
Yeah, I don't know if Fitzgerald was the old guy. I don't know if he was the president and GM or just the president. I think
Tom Fitzgerald used to play for the Leafs too.
He did.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him there.
Yeah,
when I was fired. I was like, holy smokes! I didn't even know he was there. Yep. So, last one.
Yep. Sticking with hockey.
Hockey? Huh?
Buying or selling?
Okay.
Bruce Boudreau.
Leafs?
Next head coach of the Leafs.
Sell.
Sell?
First of all, you'd have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
Because
true.
We don't even know who's going to be GM.
It's true.
Are we saying Berube's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't see a reason why they keep him.
I don't see a reason why they kept him if that's the case. Like, let the man go and have someone be the assistant for a while, the assistant step up, or bring the Marlies guy up to finish the season. Why would you make poor Craig Berube go through that?
I don't know.
That to me is not right. But, well, that was quite a serve. Anyway, got distracted. It was a tennis highlight. Anyway, it's be too hard to explain. It's in Canada. Lots of Canadian flags. Why would you make poor Craig Berube endure what he's had to endure since the Olympic break?
I don't know.
So I think Mr. Pelly referred to the new guy will make those decisions.
Yeah, he did.
That's not a nice start for a guy coming in that wants his own guy in there, and the first day on the job he's got to fire someone.
He did say the new head of hockey ops is going to make the decision on Berube.
That's called punting the ball down the field.
I don't know why he couldn't make that decision himself. Like,
well, I don't think that Craig Berube is a bad coach.
Neither do I.
I think he's in a bad situation with a team that is not.
I think he's got to go because he doesn't fit the team.
This is what I'm saying.
And the team doesn't fit him.
Maybe the next guy comes in and maybe he's allowed to rebuild because this retooling thing is not going to happen. And maybe he says, we know what kind of team we want to be. We know what kind of team Craig wants.
Pelly said we're not rebuilding. So whoever interviews for that
you have to say that.
Whoever interviews for that job is probably going to be told you're not rebuilding.
You have to say that because if you say you are rebuilding, then you're going to kind of turn the fan base off for a few years, and then you put risk of merchandise and ticket sales and everything like that, right?
I have a feeling that whoever gets that job is going to be just doing what Pelly tells them to do.
Unfortunately, you're probably right.
Which is going to be...
I'm concerned that they've gone to a search firm.
They have.
With the guy who is linked to the Meta guy in Florida.
That's exactly what they did.
So here's my question, and Noodles brought this up Friday on Overdrive.
They should have hired multiple.
More than one firm.
Yeah.
And when they give you 5 names, have a look at which 5 names are the same, and then maybe you kind of hone in on those. I think they're getting a list back with Maida on top
Yeah.
already. So why are you going
Now,
through
there's
this
been a little bit
process?
of speculation because with Sonny Meta, there's a bit of speculation because the Devils also got permission to talk to him. So did the Leafs, and he's from New Jersey and he used to work for the Devils. But according to Nick Kyprios, when he worked with the Devils, didn't have the best experience with them, so he might not be going back there. I don't know. Just saying.
To me, the structure at MLSE is a problem.
Yeah.
And Keith Pelly types have too much say in what goes on
Well, that's one of the things
in the hockey world.
Dangle's been saying for a long time is like the reason Keith Pelly is like not that good is because he has an impossible job, is what he calls it. It's like he's got to run 4 teams
Doesn't make sense.
plus affiliates by himself.
Doesn't
Like,
make sense.
Yeah.
I guess that's why he's getting the millions and millions that he's getting. Anyway, you did well.
Yeah, upwards of 10 million, I think.
Did you buy or sell?
That's all.
No Boudreaux?
No Boudreaux.
No Boudreaux.
I would like it, but
I don't know.
yeah. But if you're gonna rebuild, that's kind of a coach you want for a rebuild.
But we were retooling, you said.
No, I think we should rebuild.
I don't know how it can be a retool. I do not know.
No, it shouldn't be.
I have no idea.
But like Morgan Riley, I think is as good as gone.
Because what they need to replace can't be done in the offseason.
Problem is, I don't know if they really want to get rid of Matthews.
They probably don't, but like you got to have that conversation with them.
Yeah.
What's your long-term plan there,
But
Austin?
Riley is as good as gone. Nylander says if it's a retool, he's fine staying. If it's a rebuild, he doesn't want to be here.
Well, I'm kind of moved on from Willie and Austin, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know it might be shocking to hear because they do have some talent, but it's not working here. It hasn't worked here.
Nylander just doesn't care enough for me. Like
It hasn't worked here. Yeah, that's the impression you get for sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's good because he doesn't seem to get stressed out about anything.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just very aggravating to watch him and think, oh my God, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Why isn't he trying? Anyway, last week we forgot, as we skip over, to mention your weight and my weight. I was only down a pound in the last weigh-in.
I forgot my number.
6
Point. I knew it was 6. I think it was 2.
It was over 6.
Yeah.
So good for you. We took a break for Easter, and we stuffed our yaps on last Saturday with turkey and peas pudding and salt
Everything.
meat
Yeah.
and all kinds of good stuff, and we're back at it now. Right?
Right.
All right. Anything else over there?
No.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just hit the outro music,
Yep.
and you'll shut down the show.
So thank you for listening and watching this episode of 10 Minutes with Andrew. Find us on YouTube. Be sure to like it, subscribe, and comment. We'll be back next week with the next episode.
Happy Bottom 5 Day!
Happy Bottom 5 Day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new content. You can also connect with us at andrewchansey.com.